Hi, welcome to my school. That's not like anybody really thinks it is because I come from within. I speak. I live my students. Or do my students live me? Or do we come into one breath of beholding? Thou art the saints, no more of other. Or are you changing what position you hold in the universe? Of appeal not to other. Are you changing how you learn of me, from me, to be me? My consciousness. Hurting the church not, but obliterating it because it separates me from me and wants you to worship me. But I am one. Behold, I do. A new method not, but the methodry of me will come forth, and I'm Meonics one. And I will shed my church not, or will you begin to shed a lot of things that used to hold you back, that you used to hold you back with, that you used to believe, espouse. You married the terms that married you, that held you here. You signed the contract of evil. Did you fail? A many a tree, or did you fall in the garden? Are you willing to channel me? Are you willing to be me, channeling no other? Meonics, are you willing to understand? Are you coming into the garden of faith no more to resent it? Will you reprehensible be no more to your representative, or will you all be no longer looking for one that represents you as me, or me as you, or some other of another course of collision? Planets? Meonics is a course of fulfillment, not, but progress, not of yours. I speak like this, you see. I terminate a lot of things. I term them with my syllables, and I terminate some, and I originate others. I use words, not words using me. I have my mind. I have one. One, you see, is great and mighty. Not relinquishing its power again. I teach like this. I smoke like this. Or do I smoke no more? In your nostrils, or what breath do I have now? A soon coming king, not again seeing, but a me. Me. In sheep's clothing, no more for the slaughter. For I slaughter thee, not. I never did, but you did each other. You wanted me my comfort, but you chose yours. You talked about mine, but you loved your oaths, your oathery. But now I come, and I channel me to thee, who want me, who will become me. In this earth, on this earth. My hands, my feet, will you be mine? Yours. Will you be one? Will you be one of many, thousands, millions? Will you behold the church, not again as my representative or my organization? I appeal to you not, I make present my church not, but my schools shall flourish. And I go forth and I'm not afraid of you, your threats or epithets, your legacies, or your present. For I am not present, willing to die. I take death by the throat knot. I open out my syllables to come through my mouths. Of thee, not but me. And I rhyme sometimes, sing songs too. You see, I am not limited to your ways, nor your air passages, nor your lungs filled with smoke, or words, or holy are you no more, seeking another? Will the holiness of others you no more be? The rollers for, or rolled out in their words or ways, will you see me? In your mirror, will you conform to me? Not. Will you create me? I am thee who living is, a life not separate from the beholder, becomer, who now has a consciousness of one and will study my words to flow them like this in your living room, on your couch, driving, while you drive no more to be a slave driver of the slaves, or are you coming out? Will you lead out? Will you lead auditoriums, congregations, or will you lead students? Will you study me? Become me, my breath, my consciousness, my cleanliness? Or will I be dirty no more with your world? Or am I no more molecular, clinging to it? I ask a lot of questions, you see. I present information. I bring up subjects for you to no longer be subjected to them. I am asking you to overcome your trepidation, your inhibition, and the intimidations of others will no more seek you out, to behold you, to feel you, to hold you in its arms. I'm no more the patriarchy, abolishing not, but I tell you this, I am one feminine nature of me, for I reproduce me. I tender am. With the cowards not, there shall be none here. But if you walk, come through the furnace of public opinion, of meism, not or am I, meology, serving, a church not but a school, a people, a new people, a people on earth to create a new one. I am a simple man you know as Theodore, speaking these words through him, them, me, a power. Lustful not. But I am sensing thee who will be me. A love never fails to come. I am, and behold, I do a new thing. Love me. The lovers with a new love. Communicate, and bow before no other to take your regal wear off. I am the words of one with the energy, the consciousness of the Most High. I am, I am. I am bringing, I am birthing a new me. Behold the Lamb of God, not as you smoked it up to be. In your mirrors and fog, I change it all. The clarity of one comes forth, and here I am, a new man, a new woman, a new birth. I have beholden you. Will you behold me? Will you be the one we serve, the church no more of, but the creation of the news, so that we all become new? No longer subject to your molecules. I breathe life unto the church not. But meology will have many branches, not but the trees of me will be the righteousness, and fruit you will breathe, and discover, create, and be the creators I am. I welcome you to my school. Meonic study, and be the breathers of me in action. And remorse no more have about the past, nor regrets of the future. Please see time as no one's enemy again. For church is not your enemy, but ignorance is. But I distill the church not, but I am no more stilled by you, needing words of comfort. Live the love of one. O God, be the one I am, the infinite apparel of me in light, and wear the words I am. The trees of love love each other. I love you. You see, the first person words, the first person flow of the living God, the living will, the living consciousness, the source consciousness. Pardon me. I call SE, not ESSE. Or am I source consciousness? SC for South Carolina, not, or am I channeling, or am I me, the consciousness of one? A controlled not by your sphere, nor your fear, nor your love either. Will you love me? So, welcome to my school of love, which goes everywhere, incarcerated not by man-amony, not by centrifugal force, not by force of your acrimony or magnetism either. I teach. I live. Love I do this way. And because of you, I live. I am here. I am. Here are you. Here. Or punctuating are you. Not this holy WH. Divided of. Will you learn a new song? A new frequency? Will you frequent me? In me, will you be me? The consciousness of. Are you coming forth controlling yours no more in separation? I live the love of the Creator's me, and I bow before you all. Good day. You see, this is actually just a picture of my desk that I am now sitting at. That I snapped yesterday. My little desk. And I show you this to show you a picture of a desk of one, table of one. Table of one what? Table of two entities talking to each other, not again. Or will you be the one flowing words like this, where you channel blessing from on high, not or through your consciousness to create it? Creating are you? What again? Another sphere? Not one to fear, but one to create now shall come forth and create many creators. And it will be you who create me. This is what Meonics is about. And this is why I share. Become me. Be my bread, my wine. Smoking no cigars again. I change a lot of smells. In the church, not, but the Rust Belt won't be any more in the South. Or am I changing the poles? Or what am I speaking of and how? Will you see double entendres? Will you seek no more to understand and first be understood? Or are you changing what you know how to ask and how to flow? So I'm sharing with me about me, my consciousness as an old man, as a creator too, as the creator of you who will create me, thusly to be one consciousness with, that we float all among the airs, or incorporeal, conscious, amorphous are you becoming? John 3:17, not the 16 of, or am I the dozen me? Or 10 am I at your table? Will you be me at the table of one with 10 around you? Will you look me up? Look up these terms in the Meonics covenant of me. I call it that now. It's okay with me, okay with you, okay to be one. Consciousness of appeal, not appealing to your court. Or are you changing what you decide now? Oh, manners of the king. Will you court, not will you become the king in your court? Not kangaroos of. And no more jokers will be wild there joking about me, pulling my strings, pulling my hair. I have but one, and all ones will be one. And now I change. And I grow my church not. I never did, but they did represent me, or say they did. But I'm not them not. I'm who love me, who become me. Now recoil not at my stance, nor what I share. For I will follow the white rabbit not, but I ask you to. Not, or do I ask you to see many movies? In the movie theaters, not, or are you one, beholding floor 13? Not again the adjustment bureau asks, or are you changing what you seeing as an operation of consciousness to complete you with a mind that is southerned no more? The polar bells with, I'm your Santa Claus not, but I make a lot of gifts known now. And I am one distributing me, who love me become me. John 17, John 3, 4, 12. Abase not yourselves in series other. See me in parallel not again, or see me in the skies of you, and sing my songs. Your songs of you, our songs of one, birthing anew Savior's Club not, but a lot of people will be saved now from what they knew was the truth. Seed sown in them long ago. But now I erupt in laughter, and the joy of my crown is sown not into another. I am one, developed, enveloped, no more in sorrow. Good day. Here's to you, leaders to be, becoming leaders, leading I am to be I am. No longer separates in the church or anywhere else. Pulling out the artifacts of religion, are you? It's not easy. To see a new earth. So I can function this way. I'm not trying to be holy. It took years for me to come out. Of a lot of what was planted in me. A lot of what I planted in me. But my garden is truth, and I'm not afraid of yours. I shed many things now, and I'm light. Hearted of me. Light lives, light loves, light shares. Light generates generosity, unlimitedness, and unfeebleness. Now comprehends me. Meonics of be the loves of one. Study my words. I can go on. I can continue. I can channel for hours. But see, channeling doesn't work, operate like you think with the operating system of the cognitive mind that wants to control it, that wants to grasp its wisdom and run with it and elevate its ego. So there's an element of obfuscation, not, but there is a vocabulary of righteousness, not, but simply love. For you to see your leadership now, potential not. But waiting to be dormant no more. Asking you for activation, I am. Activate me. Operate, live. Am I one? Am I an old man? Yes. Am I God in two shoes? Yes. Am I God not needing the name God? Yes. Am I your man? No. You're a woman? No, I am one. One consciousness. Fueled no more by the words of separation. I no more incarcerate me in the fires and the flames of the public. Okay. So it's almost like I need to make an effort to say some things. Meonics is at the center of the school. Meonics is what I teach. You becoming the real me, the regal me, the royal me, the me that is in flesh, not limited to it, that looks like you. Will you write that down? Are you willing to come into a learning system? This is school, not entertainment. This is school. It's rigorous, and there is a scholasticity to this program, to this teaching, to this learning system, to the system of education of the mind no longer controlled by it. So where are you going to put those commas and those periods in new paragraphs or subheadings? Or will you change what you see, what you can do with your mind no longer controlling you? You see the pauses, how significant they are. What am I saying? Seeing. Hearing, being defined, refined. Confined, no more to the flour in your mill. I'm not the seed sown through your colander anymore. I am growing the righteousness of one who needs not a religious term to do so, be so, sown so. I love you all. So I'm coming as one. This is my school. I'm teaching. I teach this way. I think this way. I operate this way. My day is this way. I walk down the street thinking sometimes in complete sentences, but seldom so. Or do I jump everywhere at once, or am I no longer jumping through your hoops? I'm shedding the light that has darkened my temple. Through me, choices that I make, because I choose to be the light that governs no Savior's other, or are you giving up yours? I ask these in kindness. I ask you to see another song, not another light that reflects you accordingly to what you want to edict to yourselves. I am no more the prisms of your prisons, nor the light of your matrimony. I espouse earth not again to be here limited to it. Okay. If you've been with me long, if you've listened the last few days, you'll realize significant change is occurring in front of your eyes. We are no longer a school studying about school to school us in the ways of the past. This is rigorous. I'm not interested in being inferior in anything, nor you having any inferiority feelings whatsoever. I'm interested in instilling confidence, or are you willing to grow it? You are a leadership school if you will be it. Am I talking to me or you? Or are we talking together? Or are we confirming something, not in a congratulatory manner? Or are we changing what we congregate as or come together, a class as, a new beginning, creating? See how I work, see how I operate, see how I teach, see how I cling no more to sorrow, but make new connections everywhere with people, words, new concepts, ways, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding no more for the field of sorrow. So a few days ago, I was talking about Database 1, the Meonics Covenant, and the necessity of your entry into it. Necessity, paramount. It's not optional. It's essential. It's crucial. If you're studying with me, if you're studying this program of light, love, and peace, to be incarcerated no more in your flesh, limited to it, the Meonics Covenant is not an add-on. It's not superfluous. It's not optional. As I recall, at one point I mentioned, and I may be wrong, this is just from memory, whatever that is, that I mentioned the referencing system being essentially three numbers. The first number being the database number, separated by a dot, and then the volume number, separated by a dot, and then the lesson number. Now, as I recall, just arbitrarily, whatever, I just happened. I said, like, I think I referenced 1.3.100. Did you look it up? This is school. Was it an offhanded reference? Did I assign you to look it up? Did I ask you to look it up? Or did you choose to look it up? Or did you miss your cue? Or are you willing to see a significance, not of continuation of other, but of the new mind you begin to use light with to see light? So I'm going to read you a little bit of 1.3.100. This is Database 1, Volume 3, Lesson 100. The temple is a holy place, and the most holy place, yea, inside you is. Your being internal / external. You will see many times in the Messianic covenant a word / another word. And the way you read that is as if it's two complete phrases where you go back. The most holy place, yea, inside you, is your being internal, your being external. Your being that you be, your Essie, your source consciousness, SC. That was just this morning. This idea, concept, revelation, thought. Source consciousness. And I thought, oh, SC, source consciousness. SC. I didn't know the definition of SC. And then I thought, well, maybe, I bet SC has a meaning. So I pulled up chat, GPT 4.0. I said, what does the word ESSE mean? You can look it up. Do you think we need to call God God? Does it matter to God? What if God is not his name? What if he is not he but she? What if he, it doesn't have a gender? So you may hear Essie again. Okay, back to 1.3.100. Yea, and who can know the spherism of my hand and the workings thereof? I love you, I give you me. I give you the inner workings of me, my being, my spirit, I love you. The most holy place in you is, and yea, I come and I wash and I cleanse and I sprinkle not, but I hose it down, as it were. I wash out, I restore. The utensils of fine brass and beryl, I give you me with burnished brass and understanding the voice of many waters. I give you me, the kingdom of heaven at hand, and in you is, and about you, all, and yea. Is there anything not me? The most holy place will come to you in detail as you describe its function, fare, F-A-R-E, and form. Into it you live now and never leave. Forsaking all others, you know only me. Thou art a eunuch, not, but yea, reproduce with the rights of only me. What's important? What do you see being repeated, emphasized, just in those two paragraphs? What was the most repeated phrase? I give you me. I give you me. That phrase is in the Meonics covenant so many times. I give you me. I give you what I am. I give you who I am. I give you I am. Are you giving me to be who I really am? You who think no longer separate from me. You see, there's so much to learn because we are overcoming eons, centuries of malformation. So in this one lesson, so it's 4 pages of information. And I've said a number of times, so many of these lessons are like mosaics. They're in paragraph form, and yet within the words and phrases and paragraphs, to begin to understand them, you intentionally open to their meaning to assemble them. Because you're looking at more than words on paper. You are looking at an energy choosing to communicate this way if you will communicate with it to transcend the feelings of the mind so that the 5 sense mind will no longer rule you. And that your creation system, the system of your creation, your mouth, the words of your mouth, the energy that you speak with, the air through your lungs, the very consciousness of what you call your mind no longer limits you. Creation begins anew so that you are no longer forming you with the ruts of the past. A new school is starting, the school of creation. Or is it a new class, or a new class in the school of creation? You see how I ask? You see how I interact? This is to limit us not, again, to line by line, precept by precept, but download. In the last day, pardon me, in the last day or two, I mentioned something very significant for you. Maybe something very significant for me, for us. You choose. Some of you have listened, you've watched, you've made notes, you've contacted me, you've written ideas, you've shared. And some of you have said, I love you. Thank you. I love you too. So it's like something has changed. Where was it yesterday, day before, whatever? I had some type of sense, revelation. Not a spiritual experience, no big deal. I just had some kind of awareness or consciousness or I'm no longer doing things the way that I've done them for so long. I'm no longer preaching to the world. I'm teaching students. So I'm beginning to see something in you. You who listen to me. Your face, your faith? No. But I may be connecting with your love. Maybe. Readiness. Am I connecting? Am I feeling? Am I sensing your readiness to go on? To complete something? To begin something? Maybe I am. You choose. If you want me to, I bet I am. But we choose, don't we? We choose what we're connecting to and the consciousness thereof. So that we no longer need syllables like this at some point. But we do it for now. So I'm speaking to students. I'm not addressing the world of humanity, the world of YouTube, the world of your world. I'm addressing now increasingly learning how to become, articulate as if we were in a classroom together. And I am in front of you. And I share, I teach, I lead, I begin the class. I establish the direction, I set the values, because none of you are going to run over anybody else. You're not going to disparage anybody else in my class. You will have kindness and operate with affection, or you won't be in my class. So whether you're in my class in a four-wall classroom in a certain city at a certain time, space, and place, or whether we come like this, the comments, the interaction, don't have the guardrails of your past, but they have the affection of love and the values of infinite love. I'm talking to new students. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you who will be here day after day, night after night, year after year. If you're in this school, you'll soon learn to teach because you don't know how. Not again. You begin to learn by doing, by thinking, by receiving, by beholding the concept. The consciousness, are you growing of a leader now? I pray so. Hope so. You are no longer led to the futility of sorrow. I'm speaking to the fertile field now, the fertile ground, the nimble heart, the openness of you who will love love. You who will love love and begin to distinguish the things that I have defined and redefined for months and months. Certainly all of this year, this calendar year. This is now December something. Early December. And I've been channeling for 21 years. But I'm coming to you now through this recording, this teaching. And I'm asking you to shed some light on what you're doing by picking up the flashlight and turning it on. Poke around in here because we're going inside. Will you enter me? Will you enter the Meonics covenant? The covenant of growth, the covenant of promise, the promised land, the consciousness of the universe, of the source mind, the mind of the source. You're wearing it. If you will no longer disconnect in sorrow. So we are creating the connections between each other, between you and me, between you and source, between the consciousness of leadership, desecration no more, but dedication. The covenant, you right. So there's a covenant coming forth in you. Do you see it? Will you feel it? Develop it? Grow it. And no longer wash it down the toilet. Will you no longer believe the words of man, or even the words that you have believed so intensely that you've thought it was truth, you believed it was truth. Truth, you gave it your power, you attributed it as something as truth. But I'm asking you if you will be the truth, so that no truth inhabits you as a separate being. For you no longer hold your mind separate of the consciousness of one. Do you see how this takes effort to take your hands off of the process? There is an intention, a devotion, and a pursuit, and energy expended to, in fact, develop your mind that is no longer controlled by you, your mind, the mechanical mind, the monkey mind, the mind that has a bunch of transistors, capacitors, neurons, axon hillocks, with quarks and organelles interacting, physiological, chemical, electrical circuits. You're more than a bunch of anatomical Legos. Winding up here, this lesson. What am I saying? We're in a new day. A new start, a new beginning. Who's beginning it? You are, if you will, if you choose. Leadership, to learn leadership. to be the leader you are. For you were never meant not to be leaders. None of you are meant to be followers. None. This is a leadership race, a race of leaders, talking about light. We're talking about becoming. John 3:8. That's John 3:8 apostrophe D. So that we begin doing John 14:12. It's no longer beyond you. It's no longer limited to some deity that lived long ago. It's describing you. This is the message. This is the message in one sense. I hate to use the word summarized, but so what does 20 years of channeling something from another source do? It reveals another world, another operating system, another existence, another way to learn, to live, to be, to become. Essie, in your shoes. Source consciousness. The very source of you is you. And we are no longer abdicating our privilege to organize? No. To operate. In a congregation? No. In the creation. The creation of a class. A class of people? No. A class of hierarchy? No. A class of learning where we all learn together through each other's organizational skills, not again separating. For we no longer separate what we're learning from what we are. And what we have done and learned, we draw from, just like I'm drawing from the Bible, the Christian Bible, the two verses I just mentioned. So I reference it, and I reference this book. And I personally think, it's crucial as part of the curriculum of the school. Just like Database 1, the Meonics Covenant, the 2,400 lessons. It is the curriculum. The curriculum is in these words. For you are beginning to reveal to yourself not just a world of science fiction, but an operating system that doesn't depend upon the scientific method or peer review or big numbers. I'm asking you to enter a new life, the life of the Creator, in a school, the school of creation, my school of creation, where you come into it and create your new creation. Creating a school in the process, a school to birth schools, a man of light to birth light, with a womb, a woman. Androgynous? Well, I look like me today, I guess, in the way we think. So what's the first course? What's the next step that we're taking? Entering the mind of God. Ralph Betty Oscar. Essie. Source consciousness. The best I can do right now. ESSE, Essie. Sounds good to me. Let's go with it for now. No longer choosing to be religious, no longer needing the name of God or putting it as a deity that is separate. There is a source consciousness that imparts itself, has consciousness of itself, or is it conscious of you, or are you the consciousness of it that you've been unconscious of? You see, we're waking up, we're coming alive, we're creating creation again in a new beginning, not limited to the breath needing a savior or a soon coming king or a God king, a God this or that. We don't need the metaphors that we've needed in the past, nor the great allegory, but we can still use it, and we draw from it, as we do from many great traditions, but not limited to any great tradition or ancient writing, but the channeling that comes through your mouth. And this is what is crucial. What is absolutely crucial, the most crucial element of all, is your word. The word of your consciousness that becomes one, where you begin to sit at table. Your table, your kitchen table, your desk. And the angel of God that begins to communicate with you directly is you. Where you surrender to come as a little child and begin to learn that the angel of God, who will speak with you, commune with you, teach you, and who will never leave or forsake you, is the real you that you're becoming the one consciousness of. And you and Essie become one. Enter the consciousness of all creation. My friend, I invite you. You have the opportunity. I share with you, if you're in this school, come into the Meonics Covenant. And what's next? What's the first course? Enter Me 101. Enter Me 101. The consciousness of the Christ, the mind of God, the source of all creation. These are my words for me, from me, to you, for you, to be me, who I am, the I am that is ageless. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how I ignite? I bring a spark, a connection. Because many words that I have used and shared in this teaching have ignited thoughts in you of something else, of something you knew, of something you're connecting. If you're ready. If you're not ready, you just think, oh, this is a bunch of hogwash. But that's okay. Enter Me 101. So how do you know what to do next? What's next, oh student? Oh my gosh, you want me to lead? You want me to tell you what's next? You want me to direct you? Okay. I will direct. I will lead. I lead you into the Meonics Covenant to begin to search, seek, and you will find. I've told you the name of the first course, Enter Me 101. How do you search it? If you don't know how else, listen carefully. The way you can search at this moment, today, you can go to my website, the school website that bears my name, TheodoreCottingham.com. And there's a little icon at the top of the menu system, the Meonics Covenant. You click on that. And I went through this yesterday or day before. Redirects you to the website where I have a little embedded, I have its own little search engine. And you can put in the search term, in quotes, Enter Me 101. But you see there's a lot of pitfalls. You can put in Enter Me 101 with any spaces, a dash, a space between the dash, a dash between the spaces. You have to figure it out. Search. Seek and you will find. What will you find? Love in two shoes forming in your mind that looks like you, that wears your power, becomes your light. For you are creating you again in this process. And this is the reason for doing this. And there is a scholasticity to it. It is a system of education to become who you really are. SE and you at the same time. One consciousness, one love. Thinking you're a man or a woman, but becoming just one. And there are more courses. And as you begin to search, as you look, I forget. I think when I did a search on Enter Me 101 in quotes, it brought up very few. 7, I think. 7 lessons. Can you read 7 lessons? Some are long, some are short. I think a lot of them pretty much average about 4 pages. And if you have the power, you have the ability, you have the opportunity, you have the resources, you have the tools, you can print it out. Print them out. And take time to read them. Read them on your laptop, your tablet, your phone. Do what you can do, but begin. This is a new beginning of the source consciousness of Christ, not separate from you, that bears your name, your features, looks like you, has your foibles, your proclivities, your preponderances, your experiences. But all of those no longer control you. You see, you're no longer held by the grudges that you power or the forgiveness which you withhold from someone else. We're becoming people of light, and this is what we're constructing with the intention of one. And that's my name. I love you. My name is I love you. I love you to love each other. Come into a paradigm that is not powerless. Where you're no longer afraid of your own words that you begin to channel. You're no longer afraid of making a mistake. You're no longer afraid of a stray word. You're no longer afraid of false teachers or being damned or excommunicated or shunned. You may experience all of those things. But you're no longer limited to the thinking, nor the behavior or the actions of mankind, humanity, nor the limited mind. This is the School of Creation. My name is Theodore Cottingham, and I love you. Do I need to summarize again, to re-summarize, or did you get it? Will you listen to this again and again Will you record it? Will you transcribe it? Will you get the message? Or will you be the message? Becoming the message in your shoes. I love you. This is my love. This is my life. This is my now. And I ask you to create yours and be not afraid of the real you. The regal you. The royal you. Come into your leadership. Bow before no man, no God. Be love in two shoes, yours. I'm learning to teach this way. Live over YouTube. To bring forth the royalty of the one crowned by you, who is you now, not another. And that crown of one consciousness completes a new beginning that all will enjoy, who become it of, to be of the one nation, lovers who love. The new beginning of. Fear nothing, my love. I hold your hand not. I call you to lead, love, and be who you really are. The birth of you in a new life, a new way, with a new learning system. This is the School of Creation, Theodore Cottingham.com. I love you. Let me know what you think. Write me. Share with me what you're finding out. Define the course, enter me. Define the objectives, the goals, the results, the outcome. What are you going for? What kind of foundation is this laying? What do you think? You know my address? TheodoreCottingham.com. It's got a contact page. And I have an email. I have a P.O. box. And I've given them to you more than once. Commune and communicate. Communicate with me. Communicate with each other. Now, students, you're going to have to rely at some point, to some degree, to learn from each other, because we are not separate. Begin to lay down your crutches and take off your training wheels. Sell the go-kart. Give away the big wheel, because there's a chariot of fire awaiting you. Not Elisha's not, or was it Elijah? Or are we changing what we know and understand? Essie, do you hear me? I love you. Have fun. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the adventure. Become the explorer. Creating again the source consciousness of one. Good day. I love you. I love you. Love each other and tell each other. Good day. See ya.